Hi Annie, how are you doing today?
I'm doing very well today.
Good, I'm so glad to hear that. How has your week been?
It's been pretty good. I started my internship this week, and that's been really exciting and like really rejuvenating to just like get my hands dirty in a way that like feels right again, and you know, different than like the same mundane thing that I had been like felt like I'd been stuck in. Yeah, I love it there. Like my coworkers or my fellow, I guess they're my coworkers. They're really creative and like just excited about the work that we're doing. So I don't know. It's like been a really nice part of the week for sure.
I'm glad to hear that you're able to do some work that like truly inspires you again, and that you've been wanting to do for a while. I'm really happy to hear that.
Yeah, I think that this is the right thing. I think that I can see that this is going to take me down the road of like, yeah, right where I need to be. Hopefully.
That's so great to hear. That's definitely great to hear. Well, I'd love to touch more on that in a bit. I just wanted to check in with the homework. I know last week I asked you to write a letter to yourself for like if there is a time where, you know, maybe this doesn't turn out to be the right path or something does go wrong, for you to turn back to remind yourself how far that you've come, what you've accomplished, and how you've been able to, you know, help yourself out in ways and take a more positive spin on things. So did you have a chance to do that?
Yeah, I did. And actually, I think that it was a really cool experience. Like I feel it like, I don't know, it set me up for like a really good, just like being able to like have perspective and look back. Like I was able to see, because I know I've been learning things and we've been talking about things, but to see it written down on paper, you know, like how my thoughts, you know, like I'm not ruled by these like overarching negative thoughts that just like keep reoccurring. I have the skills to direct my like vision in another way, you know, to like redirect my vision in a more positive way, as well as like just like all the strengths that we've been talking about, and how my worth isn't defined by a job or friends or et cetera, et cetera. I feel like it also made me think though, you know, like this job isn't the only thing that could set me back. So that was interesting. But then I was thinking like, oh, like, you know, I have these things that you have been able to help me work through and build. And so, yeah, I did the homework. It was awesome.
So the letter really helped you draw not only on your strengths, but it really helped you to exemplify the effect that your thoughts had
exactly
on you, and the effect it had to change them.
Yeah, like the amount that my like negative thoughts were controlling, and like that I had control over my thoughts was just like, I don't know, it's like one of those moments, you know.
Yeah. Well, I'm really glad to hear that the letter was a good homework task for you and that you got a lot out of it. And we've already started to kind of touch on some of it already without me even bringing it up. But I do just want to say that that things do change, and I think that I'm so proud of you with everything we've accomplished together, with your internship definitely, and with things being better now, but just like the hard work that you have put in. I mean, this wouldn't have been possible without you taking the effort to do, you know, some of the first thoughts stopping and thought changing, and, you know, just the awareness of your thoughts to begin with. So I really want to applaud you. I'm very proud of you for that. But the reality of things is that they do change. So like you said, like you started to get into, like if it's not your job, it might be something else that changes that might get you momentarily down. So I kind of wanted to address, I know this is our last session, and I kind of want to address, you know, if you have any fears about that, or if you have any fears, or if you have ideas of how you would go about handling them.
Yeah, I mean, it is frightening because I've had like a weekly support, and I mean, I have friends, but you know, like not every friend is trained in maneuvering these types of things. So it is frightening to think like, well, what if like I lose this internship, or what if I get in a terrible car, you know, like I could spiral, but I think that the ability, like the things that we've talked about here has given me the ability to understand that like life happens. I have the tools to like push through it and like, I mean, you know, like the journaling and the like my like what were those thoughts that we were talking about? The automatic thoughts.
Yeah, automatic thoughts.
And like thought stopping, you know, like being able to like have these like worksheets that we've been working through like has been like a really helpful thing. And I mean, I can envision using them in the future if that like was ever appropriate.
So you feel like you can draw on those if you
definitely
start to notice that you're coming back to a place that you're not very happy with.
Definitely.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. And that moves us into the next bit that I want to talk about as well, is just about us, this therapeutic relationship ending too. I know we talked about it a little bit last week, and you did say that you feel really confident like with where you're headed and with where you are right now, and all the steps that you've taken from when we initially started and the progress that you've made. Has anything else come up in the past week for you about this therapy ending?
I mean, it is weird, like this has been a normal like once a week part of my routine, and like I've grown comfortable in like being here, so I think there will be like a time of adjustment like once that's over, but no, I mean, other than that, like I think that I'll be sad to see you go, but I think that it'll be okay in the end.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Well, is there anything else that you would like to discuss today before we wrap up?
I mean, we talked about my internship and how that's going. I get to be a part of a team that works on this advertisement, display, and communication program for this like new downtown areas and their like advertisements. So that's exciting and
that's really exciting.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that like I'm still working part-time at the coffee shop. Sometimes it's hard to go because I'm just like, I don't want to be here. I want to be somewhere else. But I understand it's necessary and that like it's okay. But I mean, other than that, I feel like it's been a pretty good time.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, we've talked a lot about the resources that in past sessions too, the resources that you do have available for with the employment. We did a lot of that, but also just for yourself and for your own support. So I feel that you've really taken those resources into consideration, and that you've used a lot of the work we've done together in a positive way, and you've showed that you can incorporate it in ways that are really helpful for you. So I just want to say again that I'm very happy that you were able to find something that you are passionate about doing, and I'm also really happy, regardless of what goes on with your employment or anything like that, I'm really happy of the effort that you put into yourself throughout this whole process and the work that we've done together. And I really enjoyed working with you, and you've made the process really great to experience with you. So I was glad for this therapeutic relationship, and I wish you nothing but the best.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ginger. I really appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Have a great week.